Ask the Doctor with Michael Lang begins in 60 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lang begins in 30 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lang begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lang. Sponsored by Lang Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. Dr. Lang is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lang.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Lang of the Lang Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins, here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. So pick up the phones, give us a call. Remember, this is a live call-in show. I've been hosting Ask the Doctor since April of 1993. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. I used to have a drive time show here in the Tampa Bay area. I was on daily, even Sundays, at 9 o'clock in the morning. So a lot of you picked me up then and have been listeners ever since. So the phone lines are 1-877-969-8600, 1-877-969-8600. You can also hear this show on different days. On certain days, you can hear it at 7 o'clock in the morning on certain stations throughout the country, on Sundays as well. But we're live from 9 to 11 here in the Salem studios here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Once again, phone lines are 1-877-969-8600. You can learn a little bit more about what's going on. Simply go to my website, drmichaellang.com. So DR, no period after it, Dr. Michael Lang, Lang is Lange.com, drmichaellang.com. Also, our nutritional website is fortify.com. It's a play on words. Remember, I'm an eye doctor, so EYE on the end. Fortify.com. FORTIFEYE. FORTIFEYE. Fortify.com. That's an extremely secure website. You can order your products right there that we talk about on this show. A lot of other supplements are on that you can order. We ship it directly to your home. And shipping is very quick and shipping is free. I got to sneeze. Excuse me. Didn't press the sneeze button. So go to fortify.com. I'm going to give you the toll-free number for Fortify Vitamins. That's 866-503-9746. 866-503-9746. I hail from the Lang Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida, state-of-the-art eye care center. We take care of everything from minor problems to major problems. We do glasses, contact lenses, disease management, disease treatment, the whole 9 yards at the Lang Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. And then we have 2 nutrition centers. Doc Hall hails from the Lang Nutrition Center in Ocala, right across the street from the Paddock Mall. Large 2-story building. You can't miss it. Go up the elevator. Lang Nutrition Center is there. State-of-the-art nutrition center for the Ocala area. Doc Hall has just about everything you need under one roof. Certainly all the Fortify vitamins, lots of Douglas Laboratories, Life Extensions, all sorts of other great brands. And then the Fortify Nutrition Center in Clearwater, We opened that last November. I usually go there on Saturdays. We weren't there last Saturday because we sponsored the PCA National Bodybuilding event, and we'll have Doc Hall expand on that in just a few minutes. So, Fortify Nutrition Center is right there in Clearwater on McMullen Booth Road in the Bayside Plaza Bridge, whatever that place is called, where Publix is. It's called Fortify Nutrition Center. I will be there today about 12:15 or 12:30 for about 2 hours. So I will be there today. If you want to come out to the Fortify Nutrition Center, we can talk nutrition. I'll be happy to talk with you. Fortify Nutrition Center from about 12:30 till 2:30 or so. All right, one more time. We're getting ready to go to the phones, but I want to say good morning to Dr. Hall. Good morning, Dr. Hall.
Good morning, my good friend. It's nice to be with you today. Just want to mention something real quick. On the way into the show this morning, you and I talked, and I brought up that you're coming up to pretty close here to 30 years on the radio, continuous radio. And I think for talk shows and talk show hosts and like that, I think you're ranked right up there as number one, number two, as far as longevity, being on the air, 30 years. I mean, that's so congratulations on that. We're going to have a big celebration when that rolls around. I'm telling you, that's a huge, big milestone. But
time flies when you're having fun.
And we are having fun. Is that not so?
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful day here in Central Florida. Hope everyone's enjoying your Saturday morning, and we're glad you're here with us. Hope you have something fun planned today. And today's that day. You know, you hear me talking about that all the time. Today's the day to make that change in your life, whatever it is. If it's your diet, if it's, you're going to start taking supplements, you're going to exercise, whatever it is, today's that day. Okay, today's that day. I want to bring up real quick before I forget it. We run out of time. The 30-day challenge that we put out just a month ago. Already getting a lot of good positive feedbacks, and folks, that's just proof that anybody can do it, and now's the time to do it. Talk to one of our enrollees, I'll say, into the challenge. And there is no thing you have to go through. There's no forms to fill out. There's nothing. We have all that on the blog and on our websites, and you can just follow it and do it on your own. But had one of the folks call me in yesterday, and he started this back on August 1st. Okay, so just a couple of months. But he's lost 28 pounds.
Awesome.
His wife has lost 21 pounds. Okay, they're walking this out, and he was laughing on the phone. He says, "Doc, you made this so easy." I said, "No, I didn't." I said, "I can put you on the path, but you have to walk the path, and you have to be consistent with it." And he says, "Yeah, but it's really fun." And he says, "You know what? We're really enjoying life at a whole different level now," and that's what it's all about. Had another fellow call up on Monday. And he just had a doctor visit, and the doctor says, "I don't know what you're doing." He says, "But keep on doing it." He said, "You've lost 11 pounds since your last visit." And he says, "Your blood pressure," he says, "is getting like close to normal." He says, "We may be adjusting these meds down a little bit." And folks, that's always good news. You know, sometimes we have to take meds in our life. Dr. Lang and I are certainly not against them. But, you know, if you can do without and function just as well, if not better, with a less dose, and this is by your doctor prescribing this, not you. Don't do that on your own. Don't cut your dosages, and don't do those silly things. Okay, you know, go on doctor's orders. That's what they're there for. That's why Dr. Lang and I are here too, for nutrition advice and like that. You know, listen to folks that know what they're doing. And but at the same time, here's the other key to it: listen to your body. Okay, listen to your body. Your body will tell you what it needs and what it doesn't need. So listen to your body. And it's National Hat Day again, and believe it or not, it is National Talk Show Host Day. Folks, I'm not making that up. It's true. And I don't know how you celebrate that, but happy Talk Show Host Day, Dr. Lang. And
well, thank you, Doc.
Anyway, we have that first caller on the line, and we've got a lot of folks lined up. And I want to remind you just real quick too, on that second hour of the show, folks. Maybe you can't get the signal where you're at. Maybe you can only pick up the first hour of the show and like that. You can still call in, and we encourage you to do that because you can still put your question out there, and you can hear the response. Just like you would on the radio. So please call in. If you can't get in that first hour, just lay back a little bit, call in that second hour, and we'll get you on the air. We'll try our very best to do so. But back to you, Dr. Lang.
Okay, Doc. And we do have a few people on hold, so just wait patiently. We're going to get to everybody. We're going to go to the first call. Everybody knows who the first call is going to be. It's Bob. Bob's been calling for 20 years. Bob, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, doctors. It's a pleasure to talk to you both this morning. Just a little social question first. I haven't heard too much about the leaking bearing in Viper 1. Is it all right?
Well, the transmission was bad, and it's interesting because I need these case-hardened gears, specific gears and a specific company that makes this transmission for racing, and they're, usually say they have 50 employees, and now they have like 5 employees. So people aren't wanting to work to make the transmission. It's really an interesting dilemma. And so that means I could race my Voodoo 2, but there's only 28 of them in the world, and that thing is going way up in value. So I don't want to take the chance of it on the track. Number one, putting mileage on it that we don't need. And number two, hitting the wall isn't a pretty sight for, a very rare car. So at this point, I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus unless I rent to race. And there are teams you can rent. They bring a semi-truck out. They bring the race car and the entire team. And I might start doing that very, very soon. So we'll see. But I'll keep everybody posted.
All right. Well, if that picks up, keep it off the wall, Doctor.
Amen.
All right. This morning, I have a question. Now, you both know that I'm far more familiar with vitamins than I am with proteins. And over the last period of time, I've heard both you and Doc Paul talk about the proteins, both the isolate and the concentrate. Could you clear the cloud up that's over my head about that?
Absolutely. So great question, Bob. Whey protein comes kind of in there's a few different types of whey proteins, but the two main ones are the isolate and the concentrate. Our Fortify Super Protein is a concentrate, and that means it does have some fat in it. It has minimal amounts of lactose in it, and it comes from New Zealand grass-fed cows. We're going to talk about this a little bit more in the show about the differences between good proteins and bad proteins. But the concentrate does have fat in it still. Some people want to be on a fat-free diet for whatever reason. So you would go to the isolate. The isolate has no fat and no lactose. It's gone through another filtration process to remove this. And some people like that. And if you have any negative aversions to milk at all, the isolate is probably best. But if you're doing it as a meal replacement, the concentrate is probably best because of the good fats. The good fats have, if it comes from a good source, like a New Zealand grass-fed cow, it's going to have the immunoglobulins, higher levels of lactoferrin, covalent bonded cysteine that converts to glutathione. So it's not only good for building muscle and losing weight, but it's good for your immune system. So the basic difference is concentrate has the fat and a little bit of lactose. The isolate has no fat and no lactose at all. And that's kind of in layman's terms, but we got a lot of other people that are on hold we're going to try to get to. We're going to talk about it in depth and in detail, but I want Doc Hall to chime in because he's an expert in this arena.
Absolutely, Bob. Good question. Great question. We get that all the time. There's a lot of confusion about proteins. And boy, if you look at the shelves of some of the stores and stuff, it's just loaded up with proteins. And I'll be quite honest with you, I'm not pleased with 99% of them. I'm really not. If you look at the labels on these proteins, there should be protein in there, and that's what you're concerned with. And some of these protein labels that are on the bottles, on the canisters, I mean, they challenge Dr. Lang and I. I mean, honestly, and this is our field, and I'm he'll call me up and say, Doc, have you heard of this before? Or I'll call him up with the same thing. And it shouldn't be in there, and all these artificial sweeteners. And, Dr. Lang, I want you at some point, too, once we get into this, I want you to explain the whole process of really making protein. And because you have this nailed down, you did all the research on this, and then I chimed in at some point. We put this whole thing together, but it's an amazing process, and you have to pick the right protein. Just real quick to expand on what Dr. Lang said. You would think I call the isolate our lean, mean protein, okay? And because there's virtually no fat or milk sugar in there, the lactose. And you would think, well, if you're on a diet, that's the way to go. Well, you kind of got to think this whole thing out. And reason being is because the concentrate will keep you fuller. Okay, with that little bit of added fat in there, it breaks down slower into the system, and it keeps you more satisfied, more full, so you're not hungry. That's also the reason why athletes choose isolate over concentrate for post-workout. And that's why we always say, throw in some of our isolate into our fit formula and the ultimate muscle fuel. And because then you have complete recovery. But we'll get into that deeper in a little bit. But those are just a couple of little things there that I want to throw out there, the difference between the two proteins. But we'll explain that, and Dr. Lang will explain the whole process. It's really interesting, and it will sway you, honestly. It really will, into like, okay, now I get it. Now I understand why I don't want those other proteins and why I want the fortified grass-fed whey proteins, either the isolate or the concentrate. And back to you, Dr. Lang.
Yep, and we're going to expand on that in detail in just a few minutes, but we do have a few more calls. So, Bob, whey protein is very important. It's the most biologically active protein, so it's the best protein if you want to build muscle, if you want to stimulate your immune system. There's nothing better than whey. And the people that have negative aversions to milk, most of them can take whey without a problem. So not only is it good for your immune system, it's good for building muscle. It's good for detoxifying because it stimulates glutathione, the master antioxidant in your body, better than just about anything else, better than N-acetylcysteine, better than L-glutathione. So I call it an anti-aging fluid from God, and that's what it is. Milk is actually good for you if it's from the right source. Most milk has been adulterated and overly heated and overly processed, and we're going to expand on that. Our Fortify Super Protein and our Fortify Grass-Fed Whey Isolate is non-denatured, grass-fed, and we tell you where the cows come from, so it hasn't been adulterated, hasn't been chemically altered and heated the way all the stuff is that you're buying over the counter. All right, Bob?
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Lord willing, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, you take care.
Thanks, Bob.
And we're getting ready to go to the next call. You're listening to Ask the Doctors this morning. I'm Dr. Michael Lang with my co-host, Dr. Richard Hall. Give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. Free consultation, 1-877-969-8600. All right, let's see. Tony's been waiting for about 15 minutes. Tony, good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Lang. I've talked to you in the past about other things, but in January, I was admitted to the hospital, and I had bacterial pneumonia. And they had put me on 2 antibiotics, and one of them was so strong, every 4th IV, they would have to do a tox screen. Well, can antibiotics like that affect your eyes? Because I had never had a problem or any signs of macular degeneration. And one night I woke up, it was about a month after I got out of the hospital, and all of a sudden I had wet macular degeneration. Can antibiotics cause stuff like that?
How old are you, Tony?
65.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that come into play with macular degeneration, and I hate to say it, but age is being one of those, okay? High blood pressure can be the other. How is your blood pressure?
My pressure, I take a losartan, and with the one losartan, which is a 25, I think it is,
right,
my blood pressure is normal.
Good. While you're medicated, it's normal. Now, what about diabetes? Are you diabetic?
No.
All right. So pneumonia can cause, as you know, problems breathing. and oxygen deprivation sometimes, depending on how much you're affected. And so, this can cause an ischemic event as well in your retina, and that's not beneficial. So the question is, did the antibiotic cause it? All right. Did the actual pneumonia cause it? Is age? Is it a combination or a culmination of all of this? And now here's the other kicker. Antibiotics will disrupt the microbiome. That's the gut flora. All the good bacteria that's in your gut. All right. And so that's why it's crucial when you're on an antibiotic to be taking probiotics, eating fermented foods like kefir or sauerkraut or good yogurts. Yogurts from goat and sheep are preferable because they don't have the bad beta casein protein that traditional milk cow yogurts will have in it. So fermented foods and probiotics are important. And if you haven't been doing that, you probably want to do that now to try to get a good bacterial flora back in your gut. Because let me tell you, when we have poor microbiome in our system, our gut has a poor microbiome, we're more prone to have all sorts of health problems. Our immune system can be compromised, and the aging process goes more rapidly. So it's probably a combination of the disruption of your microbiome, the antibiotic, ischemia from breathing, and age, a combination of all those. You got the perfect storm going on. So the key here, Tony, is to move forward. Don't dwell on what if and what could have been the cause of it. Move forward. Make sure you exercise, get down to your ideal body weight, because if you're overweight at all, the important carotenoids that are good for your retina, things like lutein and zeaxanthin and mesozeaxanthin, go to your fatty tissue instead of your retina. So make sure you, if you're any bit overweight, try to get down to your ideal body weight. Sometimes that's easier said than done, right? So my diet I created called the Lang Survival Diet. Google that, Lang Survival Diet. If you follow that, that has all the nutrients that can help feed your retina, your brain, your heart, and your entire body. I would consider taking a supplement that has lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin in it, something like our Fortify Focus. And I usually recommend 2 a day of that. But there's other products out there. It doesn't have to be Fortify. Of course, I'm a little bit biased. But just look for a supplement that has lutein, zeaxanthin isomers, and astaxanthin, whether it's Fortify Focus or not. Make sure you eat a lot of dark green leafy vegetables that are cooked, that aren't raw, preferably organic kale. Eat some orange bell peppers, wild Alaskan salmon, organic blueberries, and believe it or not, have some eggs, okay? All of this is beneficial. If you're taking the Fortify Focus, take it with a glass of goat's milk or a glass of A2 cow's milk or a piece of goat cheese or a piece of Manchego cheese, because there's some studies that indicate something in the dairy, and the dairy can actually help this absorb better. And also there's some interesting research about omega-3 and the triglyceride molecule. So something like Fortify Super Omega, Super Omega Max, I like people taking both of those combined, because the omega-3 can actually help the carotenoids absorb as well. And remember, omega-3 improves circulation and lowers inflammation in the body. So that will only benefit macular degeneration. And the final piece of the puzzle, make sure you wear a good pair of sunglasses when you're out in the sun, and preferably something that absorbs the harmful blue light when you're indoors on the computer or your iPhone or watching television. And if you do all these things, then and a little prayer, then maybe you stabilize and you don't get any worse. Maybe you do, and maybe you don't. Maybe you improve. Who knows? Only God knows this. But follow your retina specialist's advice, because with wet macular degeneration, we do have a lot of good treatments available now that we didn't have a few years ago.
Yeah, I'm receiving eye injections.
Right.
They're up to 8 weeks now on that. I've heard people talk about, I'm not sure if it's a vitamin D or D3 that is very important as far as it has like 230 functions.
Right.
With your body. Which one is it?
Well, vitamin D3 is a very potent steroid hormone. And it is very important because there's some definitely good studies out there that show if you're D3 deficient, all right, then you're more prone to have accelerated macular degeneration. But here's the kicker. I had a patient come in the other day, and she was taking 10,000 units of vitamin D3 a day. She weighed 100 pounds, had blonde hair and green eyes, okay? And she has atrial fibrillation. And she started getting atrial fibrillation about a month after starting the vitamin D3. So remember, more is not better. I think if you're less than 200 pounds, you need about 2,000 units of vitamin D3 if you're doing it on your own, and some sunshine on a daily basis, a half hour of sunshine. Protect your eyes, though. Now, if you're large, darkly pigmented, and you're overweight, then you could probably take 5,000 units a day. But I always recommend having your vitamin D3 levels done when you have a blood test done. It's called a 25-hydroxy test. Have those tests done to make sure your levels aren't too high. Remember, more is not better. Too little is bad. Too much is bad. So I think it's safe to be at 2,000 units. Anything above that, you should actually have your doctor recommend it, and they need to monitor you because there's a whole host of problems that fat-soluble vitamins can cause if you take too much.
Yeah, that's the one thing I remember from when I used to lift weights at a place called Tyson's Olympia Gym.
Mm-hmm.
And a doctor owned the place. And he said there's some vitamins you just can't overdo one. But there is one vitamin which I don't see anymore. Vitamin B15. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that's kind of going by the wayside. We don't talk a lot about vitamin B15 anymore. As a matter of fact, I don't know a whole heck of a lot about it. Doc Hall might know more, and we'll chime in with Doc Hall in just a second. But I'll research that, and we can talk about it. If you have my email address, it's not. If you don't, it's idude92, idude92 at iCloud.com. So EYEDUDE92 at iCloud.com. Shoot me an email and say, hey, this is Tony from the radio. Enlighten me on this topic.
Okay. And if I forget it when I go down, pick up my vitamins down there on 17th Street, they'll have it, won't they?
Yep. Now, remember, we moved. We're not on 17th Street anymore. Remember, we moved over on 200, right in the old Lang Eye Care building. That's where Doc Hall is now at the Lang Nutrition Center. So right across from the mall on State Road 200, the only two-story building on the block. My eye doctor rents space from me downstairs.
Is it a white building?
It's kind of gray. I don't know what the color is. I don't think it's white. It's a big two-story building, glass. My eye doctor is downstairs. It says Fortified Nutrition Center. No, it says Lang Nutrition Center upstairs.
Okay, I know where it is now.
All right.
Over near the college. Okay, I appreciate it, sir.
Okay, Tony, take care. Bye-bye. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctors. Give us a call. Dr. Hall, I'm Dr. Lang at 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. We're talking a little bit about protein today. Fortify Super Protein versus Fortify Grass-Fed Whey Protein Isolate. But we're going to go back to Dr. Hall. I want Doc Hall to just discuss his location at the Lang Nutrition Center and then chime in a little bit about the PCA national competition we just sponsored and how it was a big hit for Fortify and Fortify Performance Nutrition. And then we'll take some more calls because we're getting loaded up. Doc Hall, your turn, big guy.
Absolutely. For the last caller there, right across the street from the mall, easy to find. We're right next to the bank, USA, and then the mattress. I think it's Mattress Factory or something is on the other side of the bank. So it's real easy to find. The building is actually gray and white. I see that bad boy every day. And big parking lot out front, easy to get to. There's a stairwell to go up to the office or elevator, whichever you choose. And I'm on the second floor. As soon as you get off the elevator, my office and the store is right there. So, and I'm there 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Don't close down for lunch or, doing all that kind of stuff. So anytime between 9 and 5, that door is open and you can come on in and make your purchases. If you have questions, I have folks now that just stop by to say hi and they might have a question about a vitamin or a supplement or their diet, or I had a guy in yesterday, just want to know a couple little things about exercise. And I told him what to do and he, okay, thanks, Doc. See you next time. And out the door he went. So you're always welcome to do that. One of the things that the caller mentioned too was B15, and that was really, really popular. back in the 80s. And reason being is the Russian athletes were taking B15, and that was supposed to be the big secret. And it was supposed to give you natural energy and build up the body and stuff. There was all kinds of research, and it was available. You could buy it. Yeah, I stocked it in my stores, and like that. Then all of a sudden, it just went away. The one company that was really making it, manufacturing it here in the U.S., they just went by the wayside, and it just kind of fell off. And there was some really good research about it, and then there was some kind of controversy. I'm not sure what it was. Now I can't remember because this was back in the 80s. And but it was real popular at the time, and I want to look into that too. Now I just put a big circle around it here on my notepad, and because I want to look back into it and see what happened to that. It just went away. But anyway, last weekend we had a great weekend. It was really busy. We did our radio shows, and I had to get dressed in the car kind of on the way over to the bodybuilding show, and I served there as the commissioner for the PCA, and we had our year-end United States Bodybuilding Championships, and beautiful, beautiful venue. And Dr. Lang and his son Logan, a good friend of mine, went with us, and we had a booth over there, and we talked to all the athletes, and we discussed our products with them. And Dr. Lang was exposed to the crazy world of bodybuilding, and and it was a real good time. I mean, to see the athletes, it energizes you. It really did. And in fact, that's what caused me to start training a little bit harder and put my eye on Masters competition for this next year for 2022. And because I was going to all these shows and I was seeing all these people up there, and I was saying, hey, that guy's my age, I can do that. And so it was a good time. The athletes were fantastic. Folks, if you've never been to a bodybuilding show, this is the association to go to. We get you in and out. Most bodybuilding shows last 12 to 14 hours a day. That's why some people don't go. I mean, it's a marathon, right? But PCA, even the American Championships, the United States Championships, the whole thing, I kept telling Dr. Lang, we'll be out of here at 5 o'clock. At 5 minutes to 5, we were loading up and knocking down our booth and going. And so, come on out. We start a new schedule in the spring for 2022. I think we have within driving distance of Central Florida, we probably have 10 events this next year just within driving distance. So kind of look at the website. You can look it up, PCA bodybuilding. It'll take you right to the website. So we had a good time, had a good fun weekend. It was a busy weekend, and everybody was tired afterwards, and I was glad to get home and get my own bed, but had a good weekend anyway. And so come on out and enjoy some bodybuilding. I want to give a shout out to Ian, his beautiful wife Jane, and their son Mac. They head up. Ian is the president of PCA, and they just do a fantastic job. Their personalities, I mean, just lend to this whole thing, and they're can-do type people. So, come out and they're accessible, just like I am. I'm sitting at the judges table and I'm talking to people and like that. They do the same thing. They just make it work. It's a fun day. And what's nice about it, you can bring the whole family. This is kid-friendly. Okay, grandparents are coming back to bodybuilding now to see their grandsons and their kids in there and like that. So, come on out and give it a shot. So back to you, Dr. Lang.
All right. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. We've been broadcasting since April of 1993. If you've got a question regarding your vision or eye care, give us a call, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. If you live in Ocala, Gainesville, the Villages, Brooksville, Spring Hill, Tampa, and you're looking for a great eye doctor, a great group of eye doctors, you want to go to an eye doctor that's going to go that extra mile and is going to spend time with you and go over anything and everything that can benefit you. That's really what sets us apart at the Lang Eye Institute is, we go over things that will help your entire body. The eye is the window to the body, so we can look in your eye and determine if you have all sorts of systemic health problems and how your body is reacting to this systemic health problem. So if you have high blood pressure and diabetes, is it really causing a problem? Does your blood sugar and blood pressure need to be lower? Is it adequate where it is? Well, the eye is the window. We're looking at tiny little capillaries, blood vessels, nerves, arteries, veins, and we can see how these systemic diseases affect you. So we also go over, I'm a certified nutritional specialist as well. We go over diets. We go over things like weight loss. We tell you what supplements are beneficial. I usually recommend bring your vitamins in. Doc Hall does too. If you go in to see Doc Hall for a free nutritional consultation, bring your bag of vitamins because a lot of vitamins can cause harm, especially when mixed with other vitamins and other medications. This is an area that we're experts in. So if you come in for an eye exam at the Lang Eye Institute, you can kind of get a little nutritional consultation all rolled up in one. That's why we have patients. I have patients that come from all over the country to the Lang Eye Institute. They stay at the Hampton Inn or, someplace nearby, and they make it a destination once a year, sometimes twice a year. And we help a lot of people. Remember, God made a pretty good body as long as we give it the right fuel. The problem is most of us are not giving our bodies the right fuel and doing the right things. So we also talk about lifestyle adjustments and things of this nature. So the Lang Eye Institute is in the Villages, right on County Road 101 and 466. It looks like a big plantation that would be on the Mississippi River back in the Civil War. You can't miss it. State-of-the-art facility. I'm going to give you the phone number twice for the Lang Eye Institute. You can go to langeyecare.com. You can go to villageslangeyeinstitute.com or just type Lang Eye Institute in Google and it'll come up. The phone number for the Lang Eye Institute is 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. Also, we have a state-of-the-art retina center upstairs. Retina doctors upstairs in the Lang Eye Institute with amazing reputations and also involved in a lot of clinical studies. I'm actually working with this group upstairs, and we're doing some clinical studies, FDA-approved clinical studies for a new dry eye treatment, and I'm involved in this clinical study, and we'll see what happens with that coming down the pike. But currently, for dry eye, I recommend everybody try the Fortify Advanced Dry Eye Therapy. It's called Fortify Advanced Dry Eye Therapy. You can go to fortify.com and check it out. It's a combination of triglyceride, omega-3 fish oil. That's called re-esterified triglyceride form coming from Norway. Our Fortify Focus that has lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin, and black currant seed oil with GLA. So this product improves circulation, lowers lipids in the body, lowers inflammation in the body, helps dry eye. And I just wrote an article recently on how omega-3 can help dry eye. And it's been published on a website called healthbenefitsofomega3.com. So this is a website I'll write a lot of articles for. Check it out. Once a week, there's going to be a new article. It's a new website, just came out last week, and there's some good information on it right now. So it's called healthbenefitsofomega3.com. Omega-3, use the number 3. So healthbenefitsofomega3.com. Check it out. All right, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. Before we dive into the meat of the matter, talking more about whey protein, I just want to mention a couple of drops that we're getting some amazing results with. And Doc Hall has been using it as well, and he's a testimonial. Number one called Upneek. Upneek is a drop you can get through your optometrist or your ophthalmologist. Many have samples of it now. If they don't, come to the Lang Eye Institute. We'll hook you up with a sample of it. So Upneek is a drop you put in your eye. It's a type of medication that infuses underneath the lid and goes into the muscles that are responsible for elevating the eyelid. So if you look in the mirror and your eyelids are a little saggy and you've been thinking about cosmetic surgery, something called blepharoplasty or eyelid surgery, you may want to try this eye drop. It's safe. It's simple. One drop in your eye. 20 minutes later, lids can go up 35%. So it's like an instant makeover. We talked about this last week. So a little weight loss combined with the Upneek. And then I talked about eating wild Alaskan salmon, a bowl of organic berries, and a bowl of greens every meal for 3 days. That combination, you will look better the fourth day. I guarantee it. So Upneek, great eye drop to get rid of baggy eyelids. The other drop is for dry eye, and I think it's Chris Everett that now is going to promote it. I'm not 100% sure, but I saw an email about her being a spokesperson for this company. I don't know if I dreamed that or if I actually saw it on an email, but so don't hold me to it. But it's called Regenerize. Regenerize is a new generation biologic drop that you use in your eye a couple of times a day. And it's made for people with dry eyes, sandy, gritty, burny, teary, itchy eyes. You've tried everything to no avail. Well, it works. I've got hundreds of patients on it now, and I've seen some miraculous recoveries of their dry eye symptomology in, 2, 3, 4 weeks. So think about that also. If you've tried everything, you've tried prescription medications, every artificial tear on the block, nothing's helping. You still have sandy, gritty, burny, teary, itchy eyes, fluctuation in vision, recurrent infections. Regenerize. It is available with Doc Hall at the Lang Nutrition Center. It is available at the Fortified Nutrition Center in Clearwater and at the Lang Eye Institute in the Villages. So two new generation drops. Heard it right here on Ask the Doctor. Upneek and Regenerize. So dry eye, Regenerize. Baggy, saggy eyelids, Upneek. All right. I see we got a few people on hold. Once again, the phone lines are 1-877-969-8600. We are talking about protein today. The most bioavailable form of protein known to man is whey protein. All whey proteins are not created equal. Remember, whey comes from milk, so you have to get the right milk. If the milk comes from feedlot cows in China, I would stay away from it. So you want New Zealand grass-fed cows, American grass-fed cows. They have to be grass-fed because then the omega-3 component is much higher in the protein versus the omega-6. So you want to make sure it's grass-fed. You want to make sure it's not been heated too high. So that's called non-denatured or undenatured. That allows the protein not to unfold, so the biological activity is much higher when it's non-denatured. The structure of an amino acid called cysteine, you have covalent bonded cysteine, spelled cystein, and if it's non-denatured, it's spelled cysteine, cystine. So that's a way of knowing if it's non-denatured or denatured. So once again, the highest biological value of any protein comes from a non-denatured grass-fed whey protein. And we're going to expand on the immune building properties of that in just a minute, but let's go back to the phones. I think we got Sharon in Lewiston. Sharon, good morning.
Good morning. Just calling to ask about when I'm taking a lot of your vitamins, and I'm taking the complete multivitamin.
Right.
And the Fortified Focus, and let's see, omega-3. And I noticed some of the ingredients in the multivitamin are also the ones for Fortified Focus. I wonder if you take you're doubling up too much if you're taking the Fortified Focus and independently then taking others.
Great question, Sharon. And you're talking about the lutein and the zeaxanthin isomers. So the Focus has lutein, zeaxanthin isomers, and astaxanthin. The Focus works very well with the Complete because that is not too much. It's actually better to have a little bit more of this. So that combination of taking Focus with 2 Fortified Complete is the perfect combination that I actually been studying for close to 20 years now. I take 2 Fortified Complete, but I take 2 Fortified Focus and 2 Super Omega-3 Max. So no, it will work synergistically together in harmony. It will not cause any adverse side effects, and I guarantee that. Now, you can get, I don't know if you're buying the bundle, because we have a bundle where it's bundled together, the Super Omega, the Focus, and the Complete in a bundle. I think it's $81 for all of that and free shipping. So make sure you look at our bundles at fortify.com, because that's almost a 40% discount when you buy them bundled together with the free shipping.
Oh, that sounds great. Okay, I'll do that.
All right. Thanks for the call, and you have a great holiday season. First time I've said that on the radio, because we're approaching Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Geez, what happened? It was January, like last weekend. Doc Hall, I want you to chime in real quick, but then we're going to take Mimi and Ocala in 1 second.
Yeah, with the proteins, just want to say too, the bundles really are the way to go. I was talking to one of the people in a store yesterday, one of our customers, and came in and they discovered the the bags now that we have, our protein bags they're 60 serving. And really, folks, what it is it comes down to less than $1 a serving. And they were just amazed because they had figured this out, and the protein they were taking was, I think it was $2.18 a serving, so over double cost-wise. And really, our protein is far superior than what they were taking. I know that company very, very well. And it's just a superior protein. And what Dr. Lang was saying is, and I chime in with this all the time, with all proteins are not created equal. Yes, it's a protein, and they can put that on the label. But as he was saying, I call it dead protein. Okay, because it's not active protein. Yes, it is protein in a container, but in your body, how does it react? To your body, it's of no value if it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. I don't care at any price. It's not a good value. And you need that protein. All right, folks, we need to build muscle all the time in our body. All right, as we get older, our diets change, our lifestyles change, things change in our lives, and we really don't eat quite as well as what we think we do. And most people I'm seeing right now, that comes in two things. They're not hydrated enough, and they're not taking enough protein. And both of those things can lead to bad things as you get older. Okay, we want to keep you strong. We want to keep you healthy. So keep both of those things in mind as you go. But a couple of the bundles, there's a 60 serving ultimate performance bundle, and you receive 60 servings of fit, 60 servings of protein, and it's just $150. If you want to start out and just, kind of get your feet wet a little bit, I love this one. It's a performance stacking bundle, and you get a container of fit and your choice of protein. You can get the isolate or the concentrate and the flavor that you like. It's just $59. Now, you can come and see me, and I can help you pick it out, and you can walk out the door with it, or you can order it online. And folks, remember, we ship free. So that's a big plus all the way around. So there's a lot of good bundles there. And we bundle these up for two reasons. First, it saves you a lot of money, and we like doing that, okay? We like to put out the best value for our patients, our customers, and we do that all the time. The other reason why we do a bundle is because Dr. Lang and I always look for the synergy factor, okay, how certain things work with the others. And like fit and the protein, those are just natural. There's a natural synergy there. So we pair those two together, we give you a good deal. And so just look at our bundles they're available there on the website. And again, folks, they ship free, and they'll be at your door probably the next day, 2 days at the most.
Yep. Also, those bundles are great. Like you said, the new one on the market that we have is the Ultimate Performance Bundle. It's $150, but it's 60 servings of our grass-fed whey protein isolate in a bag and 60 servings of our Fortify Fit. That's the best deal out there. Ultimate Performance Bundle. If you're trying to get back in shape, trying to get in better shape, that's something to think about. Our grass-fed whey protein isolate that's in a bag is a great way to actually make pancakes and waffles, high protein pancakes and waffles, because it's non-flavored. Or you make a smoothie, it'll absorb the flavor of the fruits that you put in the smoothie. So the gist of this program today is you need more protein. We need more protein in our diet, but we need the right source of protein. And whey protein that's non-denatured, grass-fed, from grass-fed American cows or New Zealand cows is the way to go. Not only does it build muscle, lose fat, helps stimulate your immune system better than anything on the market. Whey protein is the best way to stimulate glutathione, the master antioxidant in your body, responsible for detoxification and anti-aging. All right, we're going back to the phones. Let's go to Mimi in Ocala. Mimi, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Dr. Lang. Thank you for taking my call. When I wake up in the morning, sometimes find my eyelids are stuck together.
Yep.
And I'd like to know what to do about that.
So what I want you to do before you go to bed, all right, at night, I want you to take a hot compress or a hot washcloth or the Brooder mask and put it on right before you go to bed for about 10 minutes. That's going to loosen up all this bacteria that's on your eyelashes. It's going to help the meibomian glands drain a lot of the toxins that will come out at nighttime. Then right after you do the hot compress or the Brooder mask for 10 minutes, take a special cleaner. The one I like the best is Hypochlor solution. Hypochlor. A lot of different companies make it. Oasis makes one called Hypochlorous. It's on our website at fortify.com. You can get one. You can get that at Doc Hall's Lang Nutrition Center in Ocala. But the hypochlorous solution, Optase makes one called Protect. But hypochlor kills everything, all the germs that come out of these glands. So viruses and bacteria and antigens and mites and fungus, mold, all this kind of stuff. It's the best thing to clean it off. So if we do the hot compress and we squirt this stuff on your eyelids and clean it really good before you go to bed, I bet you wake up in the morning and you don't have that problem anymore. If you still have that problem, you got to get into your optometrist or ophthalmologist. They may prescribe an antibiotic, but usually not. I would say 99% chance if you do what I say, you're going to be fine in the morning. So try that and then let us know. Call us and let us know how you're doing.
All right. Thank you very much. And I have another question.
Okay.
You have a vitamin that for energy.
For energy?
And,
yes, we do.
And also, which is the best vitamin for protecting the eye from, let's say, macular degeneration?
Okay, Mimi, we're about out of time. I don't have time to talk about that. I would recommend going to the Lang Nutrition Center, see Doc Hall. It's a free consultation. But the Fortify Fit is something I recommend for energy. Fortify Fit, 1 scoop a day. I think that will help you produce more ATP energy. But with that, we got to go, Mimi. Doc Hall, Doc Hall, thank you. Bye-bye, Mimi. Doc Hall, you got 10 seconds.
Running for the second hour, call in. We'll try to get you on the air as soon as we can. If not, folks, have a great week. Go out and do something fun, and today is your day. Make it great.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Tune in for the next hour of Ask the Doctor on social media or the radio. I'm out of here. Have a great day. God bless you. God bless America.